Good morning, everybody. This should be a quick little live what sold over the past 36 hours or so. Hope you're having a good day so far. On a little bit late, 30 minutes late. Well, what's cracking? It's July. It's summer slowdown, and my sales have slowed down. But I have been listing quite a bit. Yesterday, I listed over 20. The day before, not a whole lot. But then Saturday and Sunday, I listed like 20 a day, probably on average, which is good for me. So I've been listing. But I've also been doing a buyouts, which is fun. Spending a lot of money, but got some good stuff. Double RL, black label, purple label, really good stuff. Paid up for it, but that's what you got to do sometimes. But welcome in. Let's go over what sold. Going to be kind of quick today. Got to get to work. Got to get some of that money back that I spent. Welcome in. Welcome in. Juliet, good morning. As you guys come in, say hello. If you're rewatching this later, what's up, y'all? What's up? Amy D, what's happening, girl? Amy D, I got two for you. I got two for you. Oh my gosh. So I put out a little thing about how I sell some of these. I sold the pink one single, and then I sold these in a lot, just like how I said in that video. But when I say Zegna, everyone destroys me. So I'm just going to call it Zigna. Zigna. And people really going to hate me call it Zigna. Yeah, sold these 3 Zegna shirts. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, recently I did a short. Zegna shirts don't sell for what we think they sell for, and I showed different ways of selling them. One of them was single, one of them was in lots, and that's exactly what I did. One of them I sold. I already sold it. I just talked to you about it. These have been listed less than a week. The single one sold for, what was it, $27? The 3 of these sold for $54.99. I said I was going to price them between $50 and $60. What's up, Nate? What's up? Good morning. Butterflies, good morning. Like the stream and hydrate your body. Like the stream. Poopy Pie, what's up, Poopy Pie? You got to hydrate to get that poop out, right, Poopy Pie? I'm just saying, water and fiber. Okay. How am I shipping these out? Ground. Poopy Pie. I want to put those in a priority. That's okay. So we're going to put those in a poly mailer. Again, they were $5 a piece. I lotted them up, and they sold for $54.99. Zegna is high retail, not as good resale. And the newer you get, the better. These are all newer. In fact, I have one down here somewhere that's a linen. That one's better than this. But yeah, not bad. How are sales going, everybody? I want to know. The early bird catches the worm. That is right. That's right. Especially when you have no choice and your kids get up. But anyways, how are sales? Let me know in the comments. Sales for me, what did I print off? I had no sales on Poshmark, no Depop, no Mercari. I don't think Mercari. I did not check Mercari. But you guys know how Mercari is. Nope, no sales on Mercari. So no sales on Depop, Mercari, or Poshmark. Just like 20, I think, on eBay. Good morning, Dora, Kathy. Good morning. Stupid autocorrect. Jalen, what is up? 2 sales? It's okay. Jalen put 2. You guys, if you know me, I type all my stuff. I literally post. And I get people like, oh, you misspelled that or your grammar. I'm like, I don't care. You guys know what I'm talking about. 2 sales, Jalen. That's right. Depending on how many you have, right? How many you have? What's up, Danny? Okay, so my goal every day is 1 to 2% of my store. I think I got that. Over the past 2 days. More, almost the 2%. No, the 1%. These, I wasn't going to get these. So look for this brand, Pennington Bales. You're going to obviously see these, and they're going to stick out to you. You'll probably look them up on your phone. But this is the brand. Pennington Bales, something like that. But they're known for their pants, and they're known for putting embroidery college schools all over the pants. I had no idea what this dog was. I had to Google lens it when I was in the thrift store. I was with Bearded when I got these in Ohio, and it came up as Citadel. I'm like, what? I've never even heard of Citadel. Well, I listed them last night for $39.99, which was more than the Georgia Bulldogs and some of these others, and they sold. So these must be more rare. I list them a little higher because I didn't see any just like it. That's how I did it. Sales are picking up. That's what we'd like to hear. Sales are picking up. So those sold for $39.99. And the good thing is I have another pair. 2 per. I had a bundle sale on Mercari. Feels good being better than you. Nick, are you taking K-Way spot? It feels good being better than me. You know what? It would feel good. It would feel good. I get that text from K-Way every single day. You think I'm lying? My texts from K-Way are, how's it feel that I'm better than you all the time? It's cool. I get it. It's cool. But Nick, it's good. I'm glad you had a bundle sale on Mercari. That's like a record. That happens once a year. That's a rare occasion. Good morning, Granny. What's up? Next item is a dry sense. Again, came from my closet. There are going to be 1, 2, 3 things in this sale. Another Lululemon that came from my closet. The reason I don't like these, I love the way these fit with the tapered back, like you guys even care, but these are called dry scents. They have these tapered backs, like the little swoop back. But the problem is it shows everything. So if you have a little, like, even guys, you have a little THO, it shows. You got a little chest hair that you forgot to shave, it shows. Shows everything. So I don't like this. I'm just being honest with you guys. You know me. $22.99. It was in my closet. So that's how that is. Had one sale. Was trying to say, yo. Oh, got you instead of 2. Dang it. 2 is better than 1. That's okay. Depending on how many items you have. It's all right. We're just trying to sell stuff. All right. And what's the date today? The 16th. I got about 1 month left of listing spring and summer. And then I'm straight fall and winter. This is a Flint and Tinder. I put Flint and Tinder with like Buck Mason. All good. Flint and Tinder. Good brand to be able to look out for. The polos are still a pickup. You might look them up and think like, I don't know. Sold for $23.99. Actually, repeat buyer. I've sold a few of these. It must be going to the same person. Thanks, repeat buyer. You're gonna get a thank you thing on your sticker. Still selling socks like crazy. Feet for the win. You know what? Feet need socks. Most feet need socks. I mean, when I was on that cruise, the last cruise, I can't tell you how many people wore socks with sandals. Whatever, you do you. But people buying those socks for their sandals. I just come here to look at clothes because I buy stuff. Listen, Poopy Pie, did you buy any of this stuff? What are you saying? What are you trying to say to me? Kyle, that's going to Kyle. Close my Mercari store, Danny. I mean, I get it, especially if you use Nifty. You don't want to use those credits to cross list. I think K-Way closed his too. Pretty sure he did. That's just sad. I mean, Mercari's just gone to the wayside, but you know what? People will just shift to another platform and buy off there. They'll go to Poshmark or eBay. Just is what it is. Ralph Lauren. Polo Ralph Lauren shirt. Just a regular shirt. You guys know the deal with these. $21.99 via promoted listing. Ben Beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. I can't find a pair of $12 jeans that I sold if it makes you feel better. Oh, Nick, I like you. That doesn't make me feel better, but that's the worst, guys. When you sold something and you can't find it, like usually I have 1 to 3. I have 1 to 3 days shipping, so I'll like go ahead and ship my items and look harder later. But that's the worst. You hate to give. If you have to give, I can't find the item. What I recommend doing, Nick knows. What I recommend doing is putting on there something along the lines like, can't seem to find this item, or I think this item already sold. Is there something else from my store that you would like to have and replace? Otherwise, would you like me to cancel the sale? That's what I would do. Post Amazon's Prime slowdown, right? First, we got the Amazon Prime slowdown for the summer slowdown. Now it's the post Amazon. I'm telling you, we can make something for everything, and then it's going to be the post. Then it's going to be before the school summer slowdown. Good morning, Betty. Good morning. 80 listing, 1 sold. Pretty good. Yeah, that's more than 1% of your store. So my goal is 1% of my store a day, 1 to 2% a day. That's my goal. Also have to list that. So that's 10 to 20 items a day. Just got back from a cruise, Royal Caribbean Utopia. It was fun. Ben, my man, the Utopia. You guys seen the commercial? That's might be the second, the newest or the second or third newest ship from Royal Caribbean. I'm going on the Star, which is the sister ship of the Epic. I think it comes out next month and during spring break. How was it? I mean, it's the Utopia and all those ships are so big. I hear how bad Mercari is, but I have some special privilege there because it works good for me. But I've been on there for years. Maybe it helps. Maybe keep posting after 3 years, sales will pick up. There you guys go. I'm not going to stop cross-listing. In fact, last night, I cross-listed all my items. Look at this. Look at this. First of all, we can go to my Mercari. Or we'll go to... No. Let me start a new tab. How do I start a tab? Boop. Look, I just want to show you guys how pretty this looks. Look at this. Last night. See, I don't lie. I list everything on Mercari. Boom. Look at that. So pretty. I mostly buy repurposed fabric. Oh, you make your own clothes. Oh, you buy clothes to make your clothes. That's the bins are the perfect spot for that. Shoot. Or buy those bales they like don't even sell at the bins. These are Polo Ralph Lauren new with tag shorts. Bought these at a thrift store. Sold for $32.99 promoted listing. So I've been doing about 5 years and I've heard summer slowdown is real. This year I really feel it. Paula, last year was the year I really felt it. If you guys followed me the year before that, this is going about on 2.5 years of social media. I was like, there's no summer slowdown. Last year, I felt it. This year's about the same as last. But tell you what, I've been selling shoes. As you guys know, if you guys have been watching lately, I've been selling some hard goods, things like that. I've been kind of balancing stuff out. I have a whole bunch of shoes I'm going to take pictures of today. I'm also going to do something a little bit different. I keep you guys involved. So, you know, I have my photo station. What I'm going to do, I can fold it against the wall, as you know, which is cool about my photo station. I'm going to get two white foam boards and butt them up against each other against the wall. And I'm going to take my shoe pictures there with those lights. Normally, I take my shoe pictures in my kitchen, and it looks like this, which is okay. The lighting, it's still okay, but with brown shoes, I have a lot of brown shoes, like Oxfords to take photos of. I'm going to try that. Just speaking out loud. I found them and then put them away again, losing my mind. We're good to go now. Good. Glad you found them, Nick. Yeah, good to go. That's a good feeling. Get them out now. That Flint and Tinder, I thought I just listed it. So I was looking through my pile right here. I'm like, I swear I just listed it. It wasn't. It was back there in the cotton polo section. Morning, Audra. Quickest sellers this summer. Golf shorts. Thanks, Teach. Golf shorts. Quickest seller this summer. Audra, I wouldn't disagree. I feel like that is just such a good seller spring and summer. I just put a whole bunch right here in my golf shorts thing. Last live, I sold some Adidas golf shorts. No golf shorts this live. Pamela, good. And specifically golf shorts like any of the good brands. And Adidas, man, those sell so well for me. I'm trying to source only 50% sell-through rate or higher, looking for quick turnaround. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. When I was part-time as a teacher, that's pretty much what I'd be looking for. I wasn't looking for some of the stuff I have now, where I would price it cheap. You know, a little bit lower sell-through rate, but I price it below the market. Good morning from Tennessee. What's up, Vol? What's up, Vols? Hopefully you're a Vols fan. Mercari was my second best platform until they changed their policies 3 times in a few months. Depop even passed Mercari by far for me. Not today, Nick. You got that bundle. Yeah, Mercari, if you guys are newer, Mercari did this thing where they passed all the fees to the buyers, so we didn't have any seller fees anymore. Well, you know, that made the buyers upset, so they quit buying. We got less sales. Then they went back to what they did. They just completely shot them. Like, literally, it's what you call shoot yourself in the foot. That's exactly what they did. Here's an Untuck It. I buy Untuck It in special fabrics or whatever. This is a linen. Sold for $18.99 via promoted listing. Via promoted listing. Going in a poly mailer. Actually post my estate sale video on YouTube and TikTok. First time doing that, but pretty proud of myself. Dora, message me on IG. Send me a link of your video. I'd love to watch it. I love to watch it. I love when some followers are like, hey, I started social media. I always go over follow and watch and like. There's a couple people on YouTube, and it's tough to get like YouTube. I swear, it's so hard to get like a following started. It's really hard. So I'd love to come over and watch your video. Get the algos in your rhythm, in your favor, I guess you should say. Again, personal stuff, guys. So sold Lululemon personal stuff, shoes. You guys know, I don't know if I've told you, but what I do is right before my shoes, my running shoes have like not really good tread on it, I sell them. And that way they're sellable, and I just use it like as a coupon, almost like as a trade-in. So I'm going to trade these in. They're pretty much toasty, not all the way toasty, but pretty toasty. Sold them for $22.99. So now I'm going to have $20 off my next pair of shoes. That's how I look at those. Put them in or wrap them in one of these, and then I'm going to put them in a poly mailer. Do what you said. White poster board works good for shoes. Third and hard goods. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. That's like what I'm going to do today after I go to the post office. That's what I'm going to do. For shoes, I have a great carpet I use for the background. I think it looks great. Yeah, Luke, I think that probably would look good. I have, so on your floor, my background on my picture, on my photo stands, gray Berber, like a light gray Berber. The problem is with my floor is I have the trim board, you know, so I have the carpet, the trim board, and this carpet's not the best looking. I mean, it looks fine, but I don't think it'd look good with the shoes. But yeah, I'm going to do the poster. I'm going to do the foam poster boards and butt them together. Always doing something different, right? Trying to make our pictures better years later. What's the best way to handle goose that tried to tell you shoes they bought from you fell apart, wear once, clearly a scammer? I would say, please send me pictures. That's the first thing I do. Send me photos. And sometimes you deal with that. The way you have to look with that, Karen, is because we're an online business, we don't have theft like a brick and mortar. So every once in a while, you're going to get turds like that might try to scam or might not try to scam or whatever. And you have to figure out the best solution. So I usually ask for pictures, want to see if it's the same shoe. I know what shoes do some of things like that, like those DTB, the one that are foamy, those will do it. But sometimes if they send the pictures and it really did do it, I just say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Here's a full refund. Sorry about that. I had no idea. That's what I usually do. And count it as a loss. You can write that off as a loss. But that's our theft. That happens very rarely. Good morning. And then after I do that, Karen, and everything's said and done, then I block that person so they can't do it again to me. So then I block the person. Good morning. Live packing. Finally got all my awesome finds from last weekend listed. Let's go. Everything listed. That is a goal that I don't have because it's not realistic. But nice job, Sophia. So at what point did you stop teaching and go full-time reselling? I want to go. I don't want to go back to school next month. Jen, oh, you know it. You know it. Let's see what the next item is. Real quick, I sold this Vineyard Vines for $14.99. It's a really cool Christmas color and stuff, but it's missing a button. It's missing one button on the cuff, just one button. And I took a photo of it and I put it in the listing. So there should be no issues with that. Sold for $14.99 in like a day. Someone gets it, I'll clearly say, I put it in the description and I put it in the picture. But at what point did I go full time? When I was making the same as I was teaching and I knew I could scale. When I was making the same reselling as I was teaching, which isn't a whole lot, it was like 50,000. And then I knew I could scale. I mean, reselling 50,000 is not bad, but teachers should get paid more. So I knew if I could do that and then use all that extra time to scale, and then you can use that time to do other things. Like a lot of people are doing TikTok shop right now, making an extra $1,000 a week if you do it consistently. So just so many other things you can do other than teaching. But going back to school, always, I still have the feeling because my kids and wife go back, but after July 4th, it's like this cloud that sits over you. It's like, you're going back to school soon. You're going back to school soon. It's like, oh, no, I don't want to go back to school. Not a Bulls fans here. My husband and one daughter went there. I'm an Alabama fan, born there, and also Kentucky fan, Kentucky alum. You were born in Alabama, and then you went to Kentucky, which they're all the same conference, and then Tennessee. Oh, that's a big house divider right there. Poshmark is back to normal for me, but for a while it's like Mercari. Dared Posh to destroy their platform quicker. Yeah, remember Poshmark? Yeah, Poshmark hasn't pulled one of those things on me in a minute. Knock on wood. This guy is a professional yapper. He sure is. This guy right here, K-Way Shop, he's a professional yapper. You will not see him yet. Well, maybe you will because he yaps so much. You won't see him yapping today because he took his kids on vacation. I know he does have kids. He never talks about them. I don't know if he cares that much about his family, but he does, and they are on vacation right now. His wife just probably made him go. Next item is a pair. I put it on my Facebook page. Royal, I'm not even going to pronounce it because people just tear me up. Albatross. Here, you guys can kind of like read ALBA Albatross. I don't know, but they're golf shoes. They're those soft spike golf shoes. I knew they were nice right away because I picked them up and they were heavy. Never heard of them. They had these leather accents. They sold for a best offer of $50. I paid $10 for them. These are going to go out in this, and I'm going to put them in a couple bags. I'm going to put them in one bag. Whenever anyone badgers resellers, influencers about making more money on social media, don't always understand posting for months or years to get an ROI, no engagement, a lot, or consistency. You're right, Nick. In fact, K-Way, who's just on here, all fun and games with K-Way. K-Way was talking the other day. I was watching his live. He was on TikTok every night for a year and didn't make $1. Every single night live for a year, didn't make $1. And now he was showing like what he makes on YouTube a month. I think it was like 600 or 800, something like that, which you would think you'd make more, right, by now. Yeah, it's hard to make a lot of money. I don't want to say if it's hard, but it's not easy to make a lot of money on social media. What you're going to try to do is do social media, then also have like companies say, hey, can you promote this? Or, hey, we'll pay you to do that. Like there's a couple times eBay's paid me to promote something. And so I've made a couple little videos and they pay me. So yeah, there's those type of ways. But also reselling is such a small niche. If you can do something that can speak to just a huge wide audience, it's great. So if you're interested in something that can speak to a huge wide audience, it's great. Alan, don't laugh at his comments. We don't laugh at him. We laugh at him, not with him. I've had Echo shoes fall apart all the time. If refuse to send a photo, until the open return if you're not sure it's a scam. Usually they'll go away and they'll know. Yeah, I agree. So what Nick is saying, I always ask them to send a photo, and if they don't send a photo or photos, then I usually have them do a return, right? Because you don't know if it's then it's like another little red flag. But if they send photos and stuff, it happens. Shoes do fall apart, even when you don't think they should or would, and they didn't hear. What store size would you recommend Nifty? What store size would you recommend Nifty? So, Jalen, you said you had 80 listings. I don't think it's time for you yet. I would have 100 or more, and you're listing like 3 to 5 items daily. So 100 or more plus listing 3 to 5 items daily is a time to get Nifty, in my opinion. I just did a short on Nifty. So if you don't know, watch that short. Talks about the AI, and then also it talked about the delisting and cross listing and all that stuff. It's you've heard of Vendu, List Perfectly, all those. It's better than all those. It's the best. So if you want to try it for free, you can go to searchthefinds.com, or I'll just put a link in the description below. You guys know I'm going to always talk about that. It helps you make money. And that's one of those things where I get a little kickback, so it helps everybody. Telling you shoes are where it's at. Luke, I love selling shoes. I do. In fact, I need to send these out right now. But these are Travis Scott's. If you guys remember that video, I found these are fake. Well, I reposted that video not too long ago, and someone contacted me and say, "Hey, I know those are fake, but will you sell them to me?" So I sold them. I paid however much I paid in the video. I don't know. I can't read that. 15. I sold them for 40 plus shipping. So yeah, shoes are great. And I have got some good ones I'm about to list. The Casey boots, all sorts of stuff. Morning, I was banned from listing violation on Depop, eBay every day, and then ignore me. When you set up your new account, did you link it to your Nifty? Yes. So yeah, when I set up my new account on Depop, all you do is just go into let me see. Okay, so you will, people ask me this question a lot too. How, if I quit, if I end Vendu or whatever, is it easy? I'm like, it's super easy. So you just go here, your connections, and you just type in your new one. You just type in your new, see how all these are Surf's Up Finds. This one's different. It's a different email address. It's my other one. So if you get kicked off Depop, you have to make a new email address, a different phone number, and use a different IP. You use a different device. You can't use, like I was using my phone. And then you just import it all, resync, and it'll all come in. Or you'll create your new account, and then you just cross list. I did like 50 a day for a while. Wasn't like I was missing a ton of sales over there. Will you sell Sterling? Oh, that Sterling wine coaster online, or will you sell it to a gold buyer? Recent debate I've had. That's a really good debate. So Audra, with Sterling Silver, I always look at the marks and I find who the maker is, and I decide then if it's worth selling it online or just going to melt it down. So she's talking about taking it to a Sterling gold buyer. Usually just go to someone you know. It's good to find a reputable, like any jeweler really. But I have a coin and gold guy, and he buys Sterling and gold at just under meltdown, just under spot price, which is meltdown. And like silverware, stuff like that, a lot of those are good. But some Sterling silver is worth a lot more. Not melted down. For example, you see a Tiffany & Co. stamp on the bottom, you don't melt that down, which you know, Audra. But that one, I'm going to have to look up the stamps and decide if I'm going to melt it down or not. Mick Young, I found out today my cat is gay. That rhymes for one, Mick Young. But you know what? Over here on Surf's Up Finds channel, we love everybody. So if your cat's gay, it's cool. My dogs humped everything when I was growing up, you know? We don't care. We like everybody over here. If the shoes really did fall apart, I wouldn't want them back. Have them return. Yeah, there you go. If the shoes really did fall apart, if they sent pictures, I wouldn't want them back. What's the point? You're going to pay return shipping. You're basically throwing a $10 bill down the drain to get shoes back that you're going to throw away. Keep them, refund them, keep that $10 that you were going to pay to return thrifty. Is Nifty good if you don't sell many clothes? Yes. So if you sell on eBay, like Bearded Thrifter does, he sells almost no clothing. He crosses over to Poshmark and Depop, or Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, but gets a ton of non-clothing sales on Mercari. I want to source more than men's clothing, but it feels overwhelming to learn about more. Jalen, I know it does. Women's clothing is like it's a beast. It's another animal. This is that Jerry Rice. I literally just posted less than a week ago a picture of this saying, list your NFL and college items. Well, I sold a pair of college shorts and I sold a NFL jersey. So you better list those stuff right now. List those things right now. 49ers fans, they think they're going to be the best this year. They're going to the Super Bowl. But in about a month, chances are, about 3 months, chances are they're not going to be. No one's going to want to buy their stuff. Thanks. Trying not to get banned again. Yeah, don't worry. I was there with you. And you know what? If I get banned again, I'll just use a different number or not do it. I mean, it's not like I'm over there making tons of sales on Depop. That's why I kind of brushed it off. But after about a month, I'm like, you know what? I'll try to make a new one. If I can make enough just to pay Nifty a month, which is what I do, then I'll do it. Here's Jose Banks. So normally I don't pick them up, but these were seersucker, new with tag. They're a little bit older. They're pleated, like an older style, but they were new with tag, $4.99. I could not pass them up. They even have the cuffs on the bottom. It sold for $29.99 via promoted listing. The only women's I pick up is jackets and coats, other than shoes. Yep, I agree, Luke. That is and jeans. But those are really the things I pick up. I will look at women's shoes, and I will look at women's jackets. In fact, yesterday, the day before, I picked up a women's North Face down jacket for $15. Totally with you on that. But now, when a new cart rolls out, and they have brands of women's clothing I know, I get it, because I just do a women's whatnot show. Like, if I know that's a good brand like Farm Rio new with tags, I'm going to grab it and throw it in whatnot. You guys ever have a cursed item? I have a built pants and Canali suit that I've been returned twice in a month. Yes, Nick. I've had, why are the built pants being returned? Suits, I get, but built pants, guys, built pants are bolo. Yeah, those are cursed. Your built pants are cursed. I'm going to uncurse them. I just uncursed your pants. Does that sound right? That kind of doesn't sound right. I hate even looking through women's clothing. Their tops look like they're made from someone with 6 upper limbs. Yeah, I know. All the holes and stuff. Did you watch K-Way's last Whatnot show? It was a joke. Him trying to put stuff on hangers. Hard goods sell on Poshmark too. Sold pillows made by vintage rug, several items, mugs, clocks, etc. There you go. So there you go. Poshmark. For hard goods. These are Lululemon men's pants, really wide leg. These are like sweatpants. These sold for $36, and someone bought 2 more Lululemon shirts that I sold that were my personals. The 2 shirts sold for $44.98. These sold for $36. These were thrifted. These were not my personal. Do you sell collectible NFL items also? I found a pair of Pittsburgh Steelers practice pants that were Lynn Swans. They are signed. Yeah, I haven't found signed like that, but I do find practice gear from the players, and it sells. So team issued usually is what I put. But yeah, I think those would sell. Probably not worth getting authenticated. So people, you see people ask, especially in the Facebook group that I have, Search Reseller Community, I have this, should I get them authenticated? Put yourself in the buyer's situation. They're practice pants and they're signed. Unless it's like a superstar from a while ago or whatever that signed that you would want to display those pants, it might be worth getting them authenticated. Other than that, I wouldn't get them authenticated. Don't spend the money to do it. How much was that Rice jersey? $5, and I sold it for $34.99. $34.99. These are all going out together, combined. Do you feel that eBay lives big timeline? Do you feel that eBay lives will become big timeline? Okay, so I would think eBay is gonna. I would think I'll find out tomorrow. I will or later tomorrow. I'm gonna post something, and then I'll find out. That's very random, right? But we'll see. I think eBay's got the money, the capital to go live. They just got to figure out the platform like Whatnot, and then they're gonna have to get the people over there to buy. eBay is a very much search engine driven platform. In my opinion, if eBay wants to become successful live, if eBay, you're watching this, if you want to become successful live, you need to create a separate eBay live app platform type thing, like eBay live selling. It needs to be not on the eBay app where people search and buy stuff. It needs to be something completely different and have a very good Whatnot look to it. It's not a busy screen, very user friendly, all that sort of stuff. Twice returned goes to a donation pile for me. Twice returned goes to a donation pile for you. I bet Nick will not do that. But yeah, that's a good. I mean, you're tired of it, right? I want to learn hard goods, but there's so much to learn. There is with everything, Jalen. There's just so much to learn. But the more you watch these things, the more you go out and find. I mean, you're going to go out. What's a hard good? Like one of these things, one of these Orbeez. You're going to go out and you're going to see, oh, let me look that up. That's worth money. You sell it. Now, every time you go out, you're going to see these. You're going to know without looking them up that they're worth money. It's going to take time to learn those things. It takes time for all of it. Next item is, that was a canceled sale by them. It was a vintage shirt. This is a denim Tommy jeans hat. The comps weren't great, but I still picked it up because it's $1.99. Denim Tommy Hilfiger with a leather strap back. It sold for $14.99. I'll take it. $1.99 into $14.99. All good. I'm going to put it, Amy D, in a little box. Speaking of cursed, did you see that paranormal investigator that died after traveling with the demonic Raggedy Ann? The Raggedy Ann from the 60s? No. Might have been right now to rethink my 13 treasures. Oh, no. Yeah, don't go to estate sales and buy the creepy dolls. That's not a good idea. Someone probably slept with those dolls. They died, and they want them back, and they're coming after you. I did not see that, though. How many items do I have listed? I have this many on each platform. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, almost 1,000. That's how much I have on each platform. Not too bad. It is bad. It is bad. So what hurt me, it was when I got Nifty. I dropped from 1,500 to like 1,200. I couldn't keep up with the sales because I had so many right off the bat. And then I sold all my women's clothing, listed and unlisted. That put me down, put my store down. I don't list women's clothing anymore. Ben better. How many items? Came across a pair of those wide leg Lululemon pants and they were asking $30. Forget about it. That's fine. Ask 30, we'll move on. When thrift stores ask a ton of money, you got to get in the mindset of like, y'all are crazy. I'm going to go find something that's worth more that you guys missed. You can. Again, going back to learning, you just got to learn all those brands that thrift stores don't know about. There you go. Megan, hello. What's up? I hate Tuesdays. Had 4 orders only. My son kept asking, Mom, did you get any more orders? No, son. It's Tuesday. Dang. The Tuesdays. There's no such thing as a case of the Tuesdays, but in reselling, I guess there is. Yeah, Tuesdays, slower day, I guess. I had a slow Tuesday too. I'm not going to lie. eBay is great to purchase online. I love it. Yes, eBay Live. Ooh, eBay Live, Mushroom says, great to purchase online. Boom. I love it. So look into maybe sourcing on eBay Live. If they make it, I'm telling you, they have the potential. They have the potential. I'm going to eBay Open. I'll say that right now. I'm going to eBay Open, and so we'll start at that. We'll put it in the ear, right? We'll all put it in the ear. Harley Davidson shirt. Harley Davidson shirt. I bought this at a garage sale. They were asking $10 a piece, and those were like, come on, garage sale, ask $2, but that's okay. I'll still buy it. It sold for $34.99 because it had all that embroidery and stuff. I knew it'd be worth it. Storing and shipping hard goods is not my fave. I try to stick with clothing. Yeah, clothing is much easier to store and ship. In fact, I'm going to a house today that has a whole bunch of memorabilia and stuff they want to sell. I already said, like, I'm probably not going to be interested in it just because I'm tired. Like, I'm over the bigger hard goods stuff that I used to sell. I was set up for it back then. I had big boxes and peanuts and all that stuff. Clothing is so easy. I mean, does it get easier than that? It's so easy. I try not to be a whatnot hater, but there's a lot of illegal gambling and sweepstakes on there. I think eBay is hesitate until they know how to prevent that. I agree. eBay is very A+, clean cut. You guys know that if you're a seller and you have a couple mistakes, you'll get slapped on the wrist and eBay will ban you from selling on their account, like ban you. You guys know Chris from Daily Refinement. He can't sell on eBay. He got completely banned. So yeah, I could see that too. Says the guy with 2 creepy dolls in the house. Listen, okay, so my dad did do estate sales. I do have 2 creepy dolls up in the attic, but it's just fun. It was fun to tease my kids as they were growing up. I'm sorry, it's mean, but my wife and I never had like younger siblings. We were the ones getting teased. So every once in a while, it's like, you know, Annabelle, hey, Eden, do you want to sleep with Annabelle? No, no. So much fun. They're kind of older now. They've been teased too much. They're immune to it. These are Polo Ralph Lauren bigger cargo pants. $399 into 1980. Shout out Nifty for the sale. 1980 on those. Nifty sent out an offer. Don't laugh at her. Or yeah, laugh at her. Again, laugh at these people. Just don't laugh with them. You can laugh at her. Good morning from the Poconos. What's up, Poconos? Are you editing the shipping on your listings to reflect the increase? Sorry if you answered this already. Never apologize for a question, guys. Literally always new people. There are new people all the time. So today I did not answer that question. So will I increase my pricing because the post office increased their pricing? The answer to that for me is no. And I never do, never have. Why? Because I do calculated shipping. I put in the weight and the dimensions of the item and how I'm shipping it, and wherever the person lives, it will calculate it, and the buyer pays that price. And then if you print your label from home, you get a discount on that shipping. So if you do flat rate shipping or whatever shipping that you do that's not calculated, yeah, you're going to probably have to factor that in somehow, some way. But I don't, because I do calculated shipping. So every year since I've been reselling, the post office has changed their pricing. I never worry about it. I don't pay attention to it because it goes through calculated shipping. I don't worry about it. Went to a new thrift store, grand opening yesterday. I recorded and will post. I definitely had to search for those missed items. Those pieces were stupid expensive. Yeah, gotta look for those missed items. We have a thrift store here in Indy. It's a big one. It's newer, called Wheeler Mission. It's actually just outside of Indy, and they price everything so high. Polo Ralph Lauren shirts like $14.99. But then I'll find really good brands there like Etro and some other stuff that they have no idea about, and they price them cheap. It's like cheaper than Polo Ralph Lauren. Are there many sellers doing well and not on social media, YouTube? Are there many sellers doing well and not? I can tell you this, Natural. Other than the Lululemon and the Flint and Tinder, the Lululemon the guy bought together, Flint and Tinder was a repeat buyer. I have repeat buyers 1 out of every 200 items. You do not. I do not. Before I started social media, I sold a ton of stuff. Everything. When I started social media, my sales did not increase because of social media. People on here people that I speak to are learning how to resell. They're not looking to buy. When I go on social media, I don't sell anything. The only thing I'll talk about are like what items I use. I use Nifty, and I like the lights I use. But yeah, I don't social media other than with Whatnot. It can help with Whatnot because you can tell people you have a Whatnot show. But I saw someone yesterday do a Whatnot show who has a big social media presence, and it did not go well. So just because you have social media does not mean it'll translate over to Whatnot. My only gripe about live eBay is get a notification thing I sold an item, check it takes me to a random eBay live. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know much about the eBay live. I've watched some shows over there, and they're just like put me to sleep. I've shipped a few CRT TVs and microwaves. Always dread, but there's some big profit in those. I know, Nick. I know. There's profit in those big items, but you know what? I leave them for people like you who will buy them. You're welcome. Colts. Again, NFL. 2 NFL, 1 college. List this stuff. I didn't even think about that. $27.99. Paid $5 for it. So list your NFL and college stuff right now. I'm not shipping it in that big bag. What? Do I not have another bag? It's all right. I have 200 right here. Don't tease my besties. That's right. Don't tease me. Are you talking about me teasing them? I'll tease them all I want. I think about shipping actually went down to £1 or less. I'm shipping under $5 on some items. Nick, I am too. Do you watch live on Monday? Do you guys remember I did a live where I went and grabbed the shorts right there and we shipped and it was $4 and something? It was cheap. It's the cheap. I'm like, I don't remember ever shipping something for $4. That was cool. I'm laughing at Shelby calling you out. Yeah, I know you are. I know what you're doing. Shelby does call me out. That's what she does. Her and Wayne, it's like they have a tag team in Bearded. And now Nick. Mine post stuff, stupid expensive, but when I find stuff they don't know about, price cheap. I stopped bragging to check out people would say, oh, you got a good stuff. I just say, yep, exactly. So what Kirsty's saying is those thrift stores where she finds something good, they'll be like, oh, what'd you get today? Just some stuff. Is that good? Yep. You don't even talk about it. They don't need to know, especially if it's like a team lead or a manager. They don't need to know. I haven't touched social media and quit an $81,000 job to sell on eBay. You definitely can do it. There's so much money to be made. People point out social media influencers to avoid responsibility. Agree with you. I agree with you. And you do see that very small few, like the hairy tornadoes on whatnot and the bearded thrift machine and these people that, like, there's just a very few amount of people that get that, that bring that following over. But I'm with Nick a whole bunch. I'm always with Nick. Always has good things to say, except when he talked. He was in K-Way's favor this morning. Chemo, do goats sleep standing up? Good morning. Listen, you're asking that in real life because I know you ain't talking about referring to me. Look at how I'm shipping. That's not goat style. I don't know if they do. What's up, Soho? Been a minute. What's up, Soho? For their own failures and shortcomings. Oh, so let's keep responsibility for their own failures and shortcomings. It's more comfortable to do that than take control of aspects of your own life, for sure. Moral and point is people like to make excuses. If you really come to my channel and you watch me, you never hear me other than saying like summer slowdown is a thing. It is, but I'd always talk about how you can combat it. People will be like, oh, it was Memorial Day. People weren't shopping as with their families. I don't like excuses. Like, even in sports, I don't like excuses. Like, unless you're crying and you're really hurt, like, for sure. But when a player thinks to get fouled and the ref doesn't blow a whistle, like, and then they score a goal on us, it's like, dude, like, get up. Or I didn't get this done. Just whatever excuses. I don't like looking for excuses. I like looking for actions and ways to solve it. Good morning from Eastern Washington. I started listing my hunting clothing this week, and they are selling. Let's go. Yeah, hunting's coming up, guys. I know October 1st is in Indiana is when hunting starts. And yeah, people buy that, especially good brands all year round. For those reselling full-time, what do you do with health insurance? Good question. I get it through my wife, and she's a teacher, so I can't answer that. I don't know. Good morning. What's up, Coffee? Ask Bearded and Wayne. What's up from Nashville? What's up, Nashville? You are very positive. I appreciate it. Hey, that's what we do. There's no reason to be negative. I was hoping I would have sold these so we could have gone. What is the length of these shorts? I'm not going to. The inseam. What's the inseam of some $16.99 Callaway shorts? Not going to do it. I took a picture of the outseam. I take a picture of the outside. I don't do an inseam on $16.99 shorts. I don't do it. I price those and someone's going to buy those soon. I'm not going to go. If I had measuring tape right here, maybe not going to mess with it. I shipped a new Bird Dog Polo shirt. Is being returned due to loose button and a rubber spot on the collar. A rough spot on the collar. This looks like the package got caught somewhere on the conveyor belt. Buyer sent a pic. Yeah, that's what we have to. Sometimes we just have to deal with that. That's part of the business. You take the return. You make the customer happy. You send them a refund. And you say, I'm sorry about that. You can say, look, you can zoom in on the picture and be like, I'm so sorry. Look at the pictures. It must have happened in shipping. You can make a claim with USPS if you truly think that happened. You just have to take a picture and submit it and all that stuff. It's up to you. But that's just part of having an online business. What up, Coffee? All right, guys, that's everything. I'm going to get to work. Appreciate it. Short live this morning. Got a little announcement tomorrow. Can't. I appreciate you guys. Do not block. I'll see you guys later.